Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be ranking all of the seasonal vehicles inside of Roblox JailBreak. Now before we begin, this video is only based on my opinion. If your rankings are different than mine, then it's fine, I respect that, and please don't send any hate in the comments. Also, I don't have level 10 yet, so I'm not gonna be reviewing that car yet. I will be making a separate video about the car and the whole season, so be sure to stick around for that. I will be definitely getting the car very soon. So the ranking system is basically 1. How good is the car in performance? 2. How much is the price? Is the price too expensive, or is the value too expensive for its performance? And then 3. I'm gonna be rating the car in looks, but mostly basing this rating on the first two. I'm gonna be mostly rating these cars based off of their performance. With that being said, here are the top 29 seasonal vehicles inside of Roblox JailBreak. So at number 1 we have the Mighty. Now the Mighty was available for 25,000 cash, but in season 3 this car was available at level 6. Now the car isn't really the best for grinding. Doesn't have a good performance. I mean, you would expect that from a $25,000 vehicle. It's a good starter car. It's definitely a very good starter car. It's not too big. It's a pretty small vehicle. But yeah, it is a pretty cool car because it's OG and I like that style on it. Other than that, that's my rating for it. At number 28 we have the Frostcrawler. Now the Frostcrawler was the grand prize for season 19. It's a big vehicle with low performance. It's only good at off-road. Other than that, it's a bad vehicle. It looks very nice. It has a tow hitch attached to it, so you can tow people's cars. But that's my rating for the Frostcrawler. Up next, we have the OG monster truck. Now, I put this higher than the Frostcrawler. Of course, it has way better acceleration and a much higher top speed. This car is also very cheap, just like the last two that I mentioned, and it's the best in off-roading pretty much. I mean, it is a monster truck. Now this was the grand prize for season 21, which was the OG season. But yeah, moving on. For this position, we have the Jackrabbit. Now the Jackrabbit is kind of a special car because this wasn't a level 10 vehicle. This was a level 8. It was a level 8 vehicle in season 9. This car's performance is pretty mediocre, and yeah, I prefer this vehicle over the last 3 that I mentioned. So yeah, that's the Jackrabbit. Now up next after the Jackrabbit is the Goliath. This car was available for season 18. It has a lot of big features. Now you wouldn't see people grinding with this vehicle because it's just way too big, but if you're grinding with a lot of friends, this car can seat up to 10 people, and it seats up to 11 if you include the minigun on top. Yeah, this vehicle, it is very big, but this car has armor which can hold up to 200 HP, which is insane. Up in 24th position, we have the Longhorn. Now the reason why I put the Longhorn this high on the list, because it is a pretty bad car, because of its acceleration. It does reach like 100 miles per hour pretty quickly compared to the other ones that I mentioned. So yeah, mid car, it is pretty cheap though, at 1.5 million. So yeah, that's the Longhorn. Up next we have the Maverick. Now the Maverick was a level 10 vehicle in season 22. It is a pretty slow vehicle, but it's definitely better than the Longhorn. It reaches the top speed faster than the Longhorn, and I think it looks better in looks. So yeah, I think the spot for it is pretty fair. Now up next we have the Striker. Now the reason why I put the Striker this high is because of the minigun, and yeah, as you can see, its acceleration isn't good, but then when it starts to reach its top speed, it starts becoming faster and faster. So, but yeah, as I said, the reason why I also put this card as high is because of the minigun. Alright, up next, now a lot of people are gonna agree with me, but it's the Beam Hybrid. This car is not good for grinding. It looks cool. It is based off the BMW i8, but it's not good for grinding. This car is extremely expensive too, so that's why it's this low on the list. The reason why it's this expensive though is because this car was a very hard seasonal car to get, and if you basically missed a single day of grinding the season 1, you had a very big chance of not getting this car. So it was a very hard car to get. Up next is the JB8. Now sadly for an Audi R8, this car is extremely extremely slow. In looks, it's pretty cool. It is an OG vehicle, so it's not gonna have the revamped look. This car was the level 30 reward for OG Season 3. And then you had to also buy this car for 200 cash in-game. Now up next is the Bandit. This car was the level 10 reward for Season 13. The car's performance is pretty good. This is definitely a car that you probably should invest in just because of how many exist. This car also did go up. I remember this car being only 3 million because nobody cared about it, and now it's already at 5 million. Now up next, not a lot of you are not gonna agree with me, but it's the Rattler. I love the Rattler. It's such a good car. I love it. Acceleration wise, it's pretty mid, but then the top speed is also pretty. It does get the top speed though, over 200. It's pretty good. This car was the level 10 vehicle for Season 4. Off-roading on this car is very good. It's very cool as well. Up next, we have the Poseidon. Now, the reason why I put the Poseidon this high in the list is because its acceleration is mid, but then it starts gaining speed faster. It's also a 3-seater. The off-roading is kind of mid, but for the price, it's a win. As you can see, I already reached 200 miles per hour, and this car is only worth 2.5 million. Now up next, a lot of you people are not gonna agree with me here, but I love the Raptor. Remember, this is based off my opinion, so if you have a different opinion, let me know in the comments below. The reason why I put this up so high is because it's very good in off-roading, and it seats 6 people as well. So for 6 people, it's like the OG monster truck, but better. Up next, we have the Bloxy. Now, the Bloxy is this low on the list, even though it has a very unique ability of turning extremely fast. Like, look at that, that was so quick. Yeah, it's bad in the other stats. It's low, it's a low vehicle, as you can see. Its acceleration is also kind of bad, but it does turn corners very quickly. You see that? Up next, we have the Volt 4x4. Now, the reason why I put this car this high is because of its acceleration and off-roading. It is pretty big. It would definitely be on like higher in the list if this car was smaller, but the size of this vehicle is just insane. It's huge. Up next, we have the banana car. I think the banana car is good for this spot. The reason why is because it gets top speed pretty easily. As you can see, it's a pretty good top speed car. Off-roading is pretty good. It is a bit bouncy though. I think it's a good spot for it. Up next is the Shogun. Now, the Shogun was in Season 15. This car isn't fast. Like, it is fast, but the acceleration is kind of slow. Now, this car does cost 6.5 million. And the reason why I put it this low is because it just skids a lot, because it's a drift car. If you're running away from the cops, you're gonna end up pretty much bumping into something and you're gonna catch up to you, because this car is just very slippery. Up next is the Crew Capsule. Now, the reason why I put the Crew Capsule this low, it should be higher, but no, I'm not gonna put it higher than this, because even though this car is one of those vehicles where you can spawn in with the mobile garage and it's a flying vehicle, yeah, it is a very good escape vehicle, but there's only one issue about it. It's health. It only has 90 health. Look, I hit it 3 times. 60 health. It only has 60 health. You hit it 4 times and it's down. So it's definitely not a car worth grinding for, because it takes forever as well to regenerate its health. Up next on the list is the Wedge. Now, the reason why is because off-roading stat is pretty alright, but the acceleration and top speed on this car is insane, and this car's price is only 2 million right now. This is such a good car to grind with, and I love this car as well. It looks cool, has the pop-up headlights too. This car is just so cool. Up next, now a lot of people might not agree with me here, but I think it's a tiny toy, and the reason why is because this car is so easy to maneuver with, like the off-roading. Yeah, very cool car, and it's basically the Camaro, but as a small vehicle. Now, this is kind of a forgotten car. I'm kind of disappointed about this car's performance. Its top speed is such a low top speed for its name. It's a Bugatti. All other Bugattis in the game, they all have extremely high top speeds. This car only makes it to 260. Up next on our list is the Arachnid. Now, this car is a beast when it comes to off-roading. So the way you could have gotten this car was through OG Season 1 and OG Season 2. Now, this car was available for OG Season 1 at level 30, and the second season was available at level 5. Now, and then you also had to pay 750 100,000 cash, so it was also kind of expensive. After the Arachnid, we got the Icebreaker. Now, the reason why I put the Icebreaker this high is because of its pretty good off-road stat. It has much better acceleration as well. Its top speed is kind of low at only 200, but car looks sick. Now, this car was available for Season 7 at level 10, and the reason why it's this expensive as well is because Season 7 was one of those seasons where it was extremely hard to grind. The next car on our list is the Power 1, also known as the P1. This car is very good for grinding. It's a very good looking car, of course. The price on this car is 12 million, and 12 million compared to the Torpedo, for example, or the Beignet, this car definitely is in their category. In the fourth spot, we have the Proto 8. Now, the reason why I put the Proto 8 this high, its number, is because it's very good in acceleration. This car reaches 200 extremely fast, and it looks very nice too. It's based off the Porsche Mission R. It's very good for grinding. Now, it is very expensive though, at the price of 20 million if you want to get your hands on this car, but this car is very good. In number 3, we have the Torpedo. Now, the Torpedo is one of my favorite cars. If you master this car is pretty hard to master. Handling is kind of wide, as you can see. Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's a very fun car to drive. In second place, we have the Celsior. The reason why it gets a second place is because it's a spawnable flying car, which is insane, and seats 4 people, and it's just so good for grinding. It's one of the best cars to grind with. Now, it is pretty expensive at 22.5 million, but it's definitely worth the price in my opinion. And then for the first spot, it's none other than the Beignet. Now, the Beignet is, first of all, looks insanely good. Second of all, performance is amazing. It has a top speed of around 305. This car's acceleration is very good. The handling is very good as well. And it's just a good car in everything. It's a good car in everything. It's like a Javelin basically. Yeah, that's it for the list. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you want more content like this, or if you've got any video ideas, let me know. And like and subscribe, please. That would really help out the channel a lot. Yeah, I will be doing a giveaway at 3,000. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.